If you could rate it from 1 to 10, what would it be?
Definitely 10. It was awesome. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would probably say a 10 too.
Yeah.
So what did it make you, what did it provoke? Did it make you think about like what your life would be if you only had 20 minutes left to live?
Absolutely. I definitely teared up. It makes you kind of rethink about everything that you go through on a daily basis and just what's really important. So I loved it.
I give it a 9.5. It was so touching and very tear-producing, and it was wonderful. Yeah, it had a lot of meaning for me.
I am going through the stage in my life where like I'm approaching my last few years, and I'm trying to come to terms with everything in my life. So it rang a very strong bell with me.
It's just different. It's just different. No one ever knows or ever considers they're going to be in a spot. They did a really good job of it, because you can put yourself in their place.
A 10.
A solid 10.
A
Yeah.
solid 10. Okay, who was your favorite character in the film?
It's tough to say. I'd probably say the realtor.
Jump! Let's go.
The pilot's stuck on the other side of the island.
What do you mean? I have to get off this island.
I do too. If I could fly it, I would.
There is no one else who can fly? I'll give you 100 million.
Oh, Tim Chey's the man. Absolutely a 10 plus, man. Tim has a history of making wonderful, thought-provoking films, and he's bold and it's amazing.
I really liked the ending, like every time that they were calling their spouses or significant others, it was just so powerful. I was like tearing up and I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't. But yeah, just like the whole ending was just amazing. I thought they did a great job with it.
I love you and I will never leave you. I promise I will never leave you. I will never leave you.
I know, baby.
Like 10 out of 10 out of 10 would recommend. Wow. I really liked this movie. It surprised me a lot. I think it's great for people who have faith, but I think it's great for people who don't have faith. And if you're going to the movies and you're like, I don't want to see a faith-based movie, I think this is more than that. I wouldn't let the title, sway you.
While I was watching it, I was kind of having a spiritual journey of my own, and I was definitely agreeing with a lot of things that I was hearing and seeing, because I was relating to a lot of the characters, whether they were believers or people who were starting to believe.
A 10 plus. It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was really sad. I was crying. I was trying not to cry, but it was really hard not to cry. It was so sad. Probably the ending scenes where everybody was crying and calling their loved ones, and that was so sad. Like, especially the couple that got divorced, or something. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so sad.
There is a point that is so important that time is the essence. We can't let a day go by, without, knowing where our eternity and where we're going to spend. 10. It was excellent. Powerful message, and I'm going to tell everybody to see it. Yes. Church, friends, family. It was that good.
And what was your favorite part of the movie?
The favorite part is how everybody's lives intertwined in those last minutes. What would you do if you only had those last few minutes? Yeah. What would be real important for you? A loved one, a job? Yeah.
It was very emotional and very real. A very great faith-based movie. I would recommend it for anyone to see.
I liked it. It gave me a sense of urgency to get right with myself and get right with others. It hit home because at my job I'm going to something similar with another coworker that's in the military. And somebody got to start somewhere.
I thought the movie had a powerful message. I cried, I laughed, and it's a message that everyone needs to see.
I thought it was wonderful. I was amazed. Most Christian films are kind of boring, but this one I was on my edge from the beginning to the end. And I think the whole world needs to see this movie. It's very touching, very moving. It makes you reflect your own life also, yeah. So when you see this movie, you're like, you know what? You can die anytime, any moment. And it's good to have God in your mind and to think about the end also. Because it's come any minute. This movie is called 20 Minutes. You can have 1 minute left before you die. So I thought it was really good. I could reflect this in my own life, yes.
So true. How would you rate it from the scale 1 to 10?
That's like a 10 plus. I thought it was really, really wonderful movie.
Sometimes you think, what if you had one day to live? But 20 minutes is so short. But you do think about where would you spend eternity, and fortunately I know where I will spend eternity. But it was interesting to see how it depicted in different people's lives.
How did you like the movie?
Oh my God, it was breathtaking. It was so refreshing. My favorite part of the whole movie is when the people at the end came out of the time bomb, and really realized that they couldn't live their life without their loved ones. Me being an evangelist myself, I think that the power of this film is going to be life-changing, and people really understanding what's important in life. Realizing that no politics, the things that we think that are so important at the end really doesn't mean nothing. So the director, the producer, this is just a life-changing film, and I would recommend it to anybody.
How did you like the movie?
Oh, I thought it was wonderful. Very sobering. It was a time to really think about what you believe, why you believe, and how would you react if something like that happened.
Oh, I was actually really moved by it, and I was really surprised. I knew I was going to like it to some extent, but it surprised me that it really did actually move me more than I thought. So I was surprised. There's a lot of different characters, a lot of people that I could identify with, or if I didn't, I just felt it represented a good cross-section of just the way that having only 20 minutes to live might affect us.
It was a 10 for me. I actually have friends that live in Hawaii, and I was so touched that one of my friends reached out to me, and she said that I was one of 5 people that she thought of throughout the emergency that was there. And so I wanted to see this film for that reason also. I'm a Christian, and this resonated with me on a lot of levels. So I think it's a great film. I think everyone should see it.
Oh, it's a 10. It's a 10. It's a great movie.
Enjoyed it very much.
Great
It was
movie.
great. Very thought-provoking. And
Great actors and actresses and great film.
I would definitely give it a 10. It's a very, it's emotional. It makes you think. And definitely my takeaway from the movie is you gotta have Christ in your life. You can't live without Jesus Christ.